The Indianapolis Colts are going to be taking on the Houston Texans. This is year 2 of the Anthony Richardson experiment. And I think that Colts fans need to be extremely worried about Anthony Richardson going into this week 1 game against the Houston Texans, because the Texans are the most complete team in the AFC this year. They're going to have a great offense. They're stacked at receiver. They're loaded at running back. CJ Stroud already is viewed as a top 7 quarterback based off what he did in his rookie season. Imagine how good he could be this year. And defensively, you're stacked at every position. You got a good defensive line. You got Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson coming off the edge to get pressure on the quarterback. You're good at linebacker. You got a great secondary. Derek Stingley, not only is he a candidate to be a first-team All-Pro, but he could be one of the few defensive backs that takes home the honor of Defensive Player of the Year. And Anthony Richardson, the reason why I have red flags about him in this game is that he missed the majority of his rookie season due to that shoulder injury, which pretty much erased a year of development for him. And the biggest thing that Anthony Richardson needed was more reps. So his second season is pretty much his rookie season with the small amount of games that he was able to play, which means that he still is going to be fairly inconsistent. You're going to see him struggle to hit wide receivers when they're open in the short, intermediate ranges of the field. You're going to see some inconsistent decision making. He's going to make some good plays. He does have the athletic ability to cause a problem for Houston when he gets outside the pocket or when Indianapolis decides to utilize him on design quarterback runs. But if you're DeMeco Ryans, being one of the better defensive minds in the league, you're going to do whatever you can to shut down the impact Anthony Richardson is going to have on the ground. And you're going to force him to become a pocket passer, which is not the strength of his game right now. I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson is going to be garbage for you Colts fans that are about to get in your feelings about this. What I'm telling you is that with how raw Anthony Richardson still is, this is a game that he's going to struggle in due to how good Houston's defense is going to be this year. It's going to be hard to have success being efficient throwing the football against a really good secondary that has guys like Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley in the secondary, and guys who can get constant pressure on Anthony Richardson and force him to have to speed up his decision-making process. I really wouldn't be looking to start Anthony Richardson if you have him on any of your fantasy teams against this Texans defense, because he could be in for a really bad afternoon. And we saw the Anthony Richardson experiment kind of come into fruition to what he's going to look like this year in their final preseason game when he came in against the Cincinnati Bengals. He started out 7 of 8. He was looking really good. He threw a touchdown, and then after that fast start, he went like 1 of 6 on his last couple of pass attempts, and he threw a pick 6 to Jordan Battle. That's what you're going to see out of Anthony Richardson this year. And this game is kind of going to be a precursor to what Colts fans can expect out of AR this year. You're going to see a lot of inconsistent play. He's going to have some good moments, and he's going to have some bad moments. It's going to be a roller coaster ride that you're going to see out of Anthony Richardson year 2 under Shane Steichen. I'm not saying that he's going to be bad, but what I'm saying is that you're going to have a lot of hot and cold performances. And Houston, with how good they are defensively, with them having a fantastic defensive-minded coach in DeMeco Ryans, it's the perfect recipe for Anthony Richardson to have an off game. And I could see the Texans beating Indianapolis at least by 10 points with how one-sided this game could potentially be if you do see Anthony Richardson struggle to adjust to the looks that DeMeco Ryans is going to be throwing at him. You know, there's a lot of development that Anthony Richardson has to make. I think he's going to be better as we progress throughout the season. We could see him have the same performance in the second half of this year that we saw that Jordan Love struggle for the first 2 months of the year. Then we get into late November, early December, and you start to see Anthony Richardson get hot and play better because he has more experience under his belt. The game has slowed down for him. But this early into the season. I don't like the matchup between the Texans defense and the Colts offense. I think this thing could get incredibly one-sided. So I like the Texans to win this game. And I feel like Anthony Richardson is going to struggle.